So, guys, I am chatting with Cory Marquardt this morning, who has a new single out, This Man. So, Cory, This Man seems pretty personal. Tell us a bit about it.
Well, it's This Man is. Well, are we talking about the album or the single?
Let's do the single first.
Okay. This Man is a song that I work with a guy called Rob Crosby, and I met him a few years ago, and he took me under his wing and showed me around Nashville, and we wrote tons of great songs together. And he happened to write a song with Eric Paslay, and he just thought it was, after knowing me for a couple of years, he just thought, this song was, had me written all over it. So Eric had already finished his album, so they had this song still in their catalog, and Rob sent me this song, which was This Man, and I fell in love with it immediately, and it's so, he was right. It had me written all over it, and it's a song that I just fell right away, and sure enough, a year later, it's my third single to Canadian country radio, and the title track to my album.
Yeah, it is definitely, it's an amazing song, and it does seem to suit you really well.
Well, thank you. Yeah, it's a song, again, I'm very proud of and excited to call my own.
So it has been released to radio. Have you heard it on radio yet?
Yes, actually, Kicks 106 in Orillia has played it, and Sun Country out in High River, Alberta has played it as well. So that was pretty neat. But I only got to listen to it on my cell phone, so I haven't heard it on radio yet, technically.
So it only counts really when you're in the car and you hear it first, right?
Exactly. Yeah, I'm still at that moment, so I can't wait to hear it someplace, somewhere, sometime.
So let's talk about the album, This Man. So tell us a bit about that album for those who haven't heard it yet. What can they expect when they listen to it?
Well, most of the artists today, country artists today, are going towards that pop sound, and I'm really trying to steer away from that. So, I think it's an album. Again, I'm very proud of this album. It's a body of work that I've collected over the last couple of years. It's a 10-track album, and if I can compare it to a sound, I like to call it new age country music, and it's a mix between 80s rock metal and 90s country. To me, is the best era of music, in every genre. So, but this album here, This Man, is a mix between 80s rock metal and 90s country.
Which is amazing, because it seems that, especially with the 90s country, that's really where the best country seemed to be, according to everyone.
Absolutely. I think it was a great era, and I think we're missing that today, and I'm going to try to bring that back just a little bit. And there's in your face kind of hard rock and country on there. There's some sing-alongs, and there's also some ballads like This Man, and a little bit of everything for everybody.
So I know that artists are always working on new material. So have you been working on anything new that you can share with us?
I definitely could do something. I definitely have a lot of songs in my catalog. I've been writing in Nashville since 2012, so I have a lot of songs saved up, and we're gearing up for something for 2016, probably a new album coming out in 2016 as well. So I don't know how soon I'll be able to share it, but I'm sure we can figure something out.
That's awesome. That's very exciting. So it's been a huge year for you this past year. What moment has really stuck out in your head as one of the most memorable ones?
Oh God, there's been so many moments that were just truly amazing. I mean, touring with Aaron Pritchett, going across Canada with him, I think that whole tour is something I'll never forget. And he's such a great guy, and he had we learned from him every night, and he kills it, goes out there and kills it every night, and just getting to see the country, I think coast to coast pretty much was pretty exciting and memorable. But then also opening up for the legendary Toby Keith to a sold-out 5,000-seat Mosaic Place in Moose Jaw, Saskatchewan, was definitely something I'll never forget, and it was very memorable for me.
That's awesome. So the tour that you did with Aaron, with that, you had to have learned a lot on the road with him. What's the number one thing that you learned?
It's too early to get a girlfriend.
That would probably be really good advice from him.
Yeah. He let us know, and that was one of the that was just something he mentioned early on in the tour, and just no, he's again, he's a great guy. Just so very down to earth, and he's great. He goes out and just, I think the most important thing that he told me, even though we like to get a little rowdy and toss a few back, it's really important to get your rest on tour, especially with the schedule that we have, where we're playing 6 shows, and we play 6 shows in a row and then have off.
Right.
And that day off wasn't really a day off, because we'd be traveling 13, 14 hours on the bus. So I think to eat your fruits and veggies and juice on the road is and to not have a girlfriend at this age is some advice from AP.
I can hear that coming from him too. So talking about crazy schedules, CCMAs are coming up really quickly. I think they're sneaking up on everyone quicker than we all thought.
Yep.
What are you most looking forward to about heading back east this September?
Well, when my first cross Canada tour, the Young Guns tour with Brett Kissel and one more girl, we went coast to coast, and it was very cool to again see the country entirely. But I've never played in Halifax, so I'm pretty excited to be in Halifax and get to perform there, and see a bit more of our beautiful country. But also Friday nights is the Invictus party, and I'll be closing the night there. So that's going to be really exciting for me. I'll be going on after Brett Kissel, and then on Saturdays the Gibson party, and Sundays the Olay party. So I'll be performing at all of them, and I'm really looking forward to that.
That's awesome. That's awesome. It's definitely a crazy schedule to keep that week.
Yeah, well, it's a pretty big party, so it's tough to remain. It's tough to be a good boy, I guess you could say, when everyone's partying their ass off and having a good time and just catching up. And but I think that's what that weekend's all about, is just having a good time, having fun, and meeting people, and getting to see people you might have seen at the start of the year that you haven't seen for a while, months ago on a tour, and only had the opportunity to say hi. So to be able to see one of your good friends, kick back and have a drink with them and enjoy the CCMAs is what it's all about.
Absolutely. So for those that are looking for the new single, where can they find it?
If anyone wants to hear This Man, my new single, you got to call your favorite radio station and request it, tweet it, throw it on Facebook, use all your social media, and also it's available on iTunes. The whole album is actually available on iTunes, including the single, and anywhere music is sold, really, you can pick that up. Fantastic.
I look forward to seeing you again in September and just a few short weeks in Halifax.
Absolutely. You're going to be there. So that's, we'll grab a shot together, and we'll have some fun and party on at the CCMAs.
Absolutely. I'm sure I'll see you at